Alright, hello Internet. My name is Max7238 and welcome to Heaven. Rengoku 2, Stairway to Heaven. Heaven, actually. This is going to be like a challenge mode. For those of you who are watching as these are released, I apologize for the massive break between videos. Seasonal depression's not fun, people. And it's sticking around longer than I like, so I'm basically going to just power through it and record stuff anyway. That being said, there are three different sections to Heaven. Heaven A, Heaven B, Heaven C. Today, we should be looking at... where is it at? Here we go. Heaven. Heaven A. Linea. Basically, I'm not going to sit here and read through all these word for word. The bottom line is you lose everything. You don't get to keep any of your weapons, you don't get to keep any of your stats, any of your upgrades, nothing. As you continue forward, any weapons that you find will automatically be equipped. You can recycle them if you want in the weapon change menu. And aside from that, anything that you pick up, any elixir skin that you pick up, any EXP you earn, essentially, will automatically be used every time you go up a floor. As you go, the only way you can go down is if you die, and you'll lose a bunch of your equipped stuff, and you'll be sent down 7 floors. You won't actually be sent to the bottom of the tower. Unless, of course, you're below 7 floors, in which case you will be sent back right here. Heaven B is a different story, that it should be a different video, and Heaven C is probably going to be a very disappointing video, because I'm not going to go through it all that much. I'm probably just going to sit here and list off weapons and whatnot based on floor, because Heaven C requires a serious commitment, and you will be dying several times. It's highly advisable you save every chance you get when you go into Heaven C. Heaven C, I don't care if you have max stats, is still going to beat the crap out of you. That's just the way it's designed, because that's the kind of weapons and AI that are in there. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, like I said, these are challenge modes. So, yeah, they do give you an explanation. I don't need an explanation. I know what I'm doing. Now, for those of you who played Rengoku 1, you're in for quite a treat, in case you haven't already noticed. For those of you who haven't played Rengoku 1, you might want to go back and either watch my playthrough, or go buy it for yourself on the PlayStation Network, because last I checked, it's still there. It's still there for like $5. Okay, so I got lucky. I spawned in the area with the elevator up to floor 2. However, I'm gonna look around a bit more and see if I can't find a weapon. Now, I have every damage type except for bullet, and I said I would do that when I started this whole playthrough of this game, because Rengoku 1, all I did was use bullet weapons. It's not necessarily a bad thing in terms of, like, you know, watching the game, but in terms of playing the game, that means quite a bit. It doesn't show up here, because, like I said, you lose absolutely everything. But on the bottom, just to, you know, go through it again, there's grapple, slash, impact, bullet, and quantum. The more those bars fill up and the more multipliers you get, the more damage you do. And I even think it affects your defense a little bit, but I've never been able to do proper testing, because I can't actually, like, manipulate those values myself, and I'm not going to sit down in something like Cheat Engine and figure it out. You know, it's just a feeling that I get. So, since I don't have any of those stats, it's going to be different from if I were to do a second run of the tower or something, which I'm not going to do in this game. It's irrelevant. And there we go. See? So I picked up a weapon and it was automatically equipped. It's going to automatically unequip if I run out of ammo for it. See, now I have 2 of them. So, what does having mixed stats mean? Well, in Rengoku 2, it means you can do damage with a wider variety of equipment, but it also means that you're splitting your damage among different types of weapons. So while it gives you a wider variety and it doesn't railroad you, not railroading yourself will severely cripple the amount of damage you can do. Now, while we're doing this run, I'm going to try to make a bullet character. Because one thing that is good about doing this particular type of run in H.E.A.V.E.N is actually for stats. Because your stats will raise quite a lot. No matter where you go, your stats are always going up by 1 every time. And in doing that, the game allows you to catch up stats on your main runs that you couldn't normally use otherwise. If I go into the tower right now, and I'm on my 3rd run, I believe, then any bullet weapons that I use are going to be so severely underpowered they'll be practically unusable. And so it makes it very, very difficult to, you know, bring up my stats. However, I can do it here. If I just use as many bullet weapons as possible and get as many kills with bullet-type weapons as I can, then I'll keep the amount that I've earned even when I go back. And they don't discriminate between where you get your EXP as long as you have it. There we go. So you do keep all your slots, I guess. Is that the only thing I keep? I think that's the only thing I keep. Looks like it. Or maybe they just automatically set you to 5 slots. I'm not sure. Now the first thing you're going to notice if you played Rengoku 1 is this isn't a boss room. In H.E.A.V.E.N, bosses actually only appear... Why are all of my ranged weapons equipping to my right arm? In H.E.A.V.E.N, bosses will only appear every 11 floors or so. Which means that in H.E.A.V.E.N A, there's only going to be, 3 bosses? And the 3rd boss will actually be where we finish things out. You see what I mean? You can actually recycle things. I'll keep a backup weapon just in case. Okay, yeah, that gives one EXP as well. Getting a lot of duplicates here. So how is this a challenge mode? Well, if you don't... Dang it. If you don't outfit yourself early on, and you don't start raising stats and essentially railroading yourself early on into H.E.A.V.E.N A, by the time you reach the end, you actually will be running up against enemies that are quite powerful. And you need to be prepared for that, because they're not going to forgive you for not knowing what you're doing. At least playing the base game, things aren't so bad. The story is actually built so that just about anybody can clear it. It's not like Rengoku 1 where you get all the way to the end, and if you really haven't done your homework and you haven't played the game quote-unquote correctly, then you're running into enemies that are... You're fighting 3 enemies at a time in a room who all have ridiculously high stats, and you're kind of screwed. They didn't do that with this game. In terms of the story, anyway. But they pull no punches in H.E.A.V.E.N. As much as I'd like to show that, I would also like to not waste people's time. Or, really, my own. Because if I sit down and I play through Heaven C, and I die hundreds of times, not literally hundreds of times, but if I die a bunch of times, then I'm the one that has to sit there and figure out what parts people are actually going to want to see. And I also can't just run through it really fast because of something that happens at the end. I'm gonna have to do it. Or actually, now that I think about it, time out for a second. I have a save state, don't I? Right near the end. I have 2 actually, right near the end of Heaven C, because I was doing it for some weapons. So, actually, I can show the end of Heaven. I just can't show all of it. I can show an example of it. I can get through, like, the first 11 floors, I guess. I'm planning for the video now, because it's going to happen. Without a doubt, I'm gonna have to do it. I've done everything else for these games. I might as well show off H.E.A.V.E.N. Trying really hard to get kills with these bullet weapons, but I've only got one arm that has them, and the only other thing I have is the Magnum now, and the Magnum is terrible. Fine, don't give me your bow gun, I don't want it anyway. Alright. That's every floor. I don't need to clear every room, in order to move up. I'm just, you know, like I said, I'm trying to up stats, I'm trying to make sure that I'm set for later. And earning elixir skin means that every time I move up, my stats will go up more. I can't control what stats go up, it's just, it's random. Actually, now that I think about it, no, not an option. There we go. Can I see? I can't I? Not in this game. It doesn't show me what my heat resistance is, but it appears to be low. Also don't know, or I don't remember, I'm sure I knew at one point, whether weapons will actually level up down here. If it's possible for me to just continuously use this SMG and actually have it, like, you know, gain ammo, gain heat resistance, and so forth. Oh, I do have a crossbow. I didn't notice. I want that shotgun. Give me that shotgun. I said shotgun, not plasma cutter. Whatever, work with what you got. I didn't have a chest weapon up until just now anyway, so... And it's a tracking weapon, so it's something. I said that if you played Rengoku 1, you're in for a treat, and I wasn't kidding. By now, you must have noticed if you played Rengoku 1, and I'll point it out for the people that haven't. This music was pulled straight from the first game. The skins for the area, the layouts of the area, they're all pulled straight from Rengoku 1. And that's going to be a running theme all the way through H.E.A.V.E.N. You clear through Heaven A, you reach Heaven B, it's just like as if you were moving up another floor. Heaven B to Heaven C, same thing. The only difference lies at the top of Heaven C, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Oh, hello. So remember when I said you actually can't leave? That was a lie. You don't leave when you die, is what I said. There is a way to leave. It's right over there. My question now, because I don't remember, is if that will actually replenish my ammo. Let's see. So they allow you to save every couple of floors. I believe it's random as to which floors actually have these rooms. But they do give you a way out. You can walk into this gray thing and it'll return you back to Primordium, floor 0. So it's not as though you're completely stuck here once you get in here. You know, grinding out deaths would be rather unfair. Like, oh, you want to leave? Sucks to be you. Die 20 times. Something I might not put past other gaming companies, but To be quite honest, Hudson and Neverland have never produced a bad game that I know of. Something else to note about this is you can't actually skip ahead floors either. It's not like other challenge modes where it's like, oh hey, find the portal and skip ahead. No. No, sorry, you don't get to skip ahead. Sorry, my dog's over here bothering me. And an unexpected overdrive, okay. So I guess I'll just sit here and shoot you. And get extra experience for some reason. No, it's gonna run out. Come on, gimme. Ah, I ran out. Dang it. Ah, just a cooldown over there, huh? We got two enemies at once. See, I'm trying to get kills with that thing now. Oh, hey. First of all, I can get rid of these now. Second of all, rifle. Happy face. See how much EXP this gives. Just normal. Okay, so I'm going to try to get kills with the Magnum then, because the Magnum apparently gives me a little bit more experience. I gotta try to build it up. Now, while I'm low. And an ammo pack. You wanna give me that thing? Give me another rifle? Now you're gonna give me a chainsaw that I'm not going to use? That's cool. Now that I think about it, after playing through the entirety of this game, using everything but bullet weapons, I'm pretty sure I've shown off everything else, so why not go through H.E.A.V.E.N where I can, showing off bullet weapons. If I get to Heaven C, I'm not really going to have a choice of what weapons I get. It's on a by-floor basis, and I might just post my notes in the description of that video. You don't get to keep any of the weapons that you find in Heaven A, as far as I remember. I'm pretty sure that when you get back to the floor 0, like once you complete the whole thing, they just reset you and send you on your merry way. Like, yeah, okay, congratulations, you cleared challenge mode 1, bye. Total recovery. Part of the reason I like the rifle is that there's practically no travel time to the projectile. Unlike a lot of other bullet weapons that have travel time. No matter how small it is, even the Gatling cannon has some travel time. Is this guy using 2 shields? I'm not going to waste ammo on my better weapons trying to attack you while you've got shields. There we go. If I didn't say it before, I guess I should say it now. This is going to be a long video, which I suppose you actually watching on YouTube, if anybody watches this, could probably tell that just by looking at, you know, the amount of time that's on the counter. I mean, I'll try to keep it as short as possible, but I'm also going to make it as complete as possible. More ammo. I'm not complaining. I don't really want repair systems for being here because, to be perfectly honest, if I die, I only go down a couple of floors, and when you go down floors, you still have the same floors. It doesn't like randomly generate new floors for you to go back up, which is part of the reason why I'm trying to clear these floors as I go up. If I die and I get sent back to one of these, I want to have a completed map so that I can just run straight to the elevator and get back to where I was. lengthen my activities now to shorten them later. Oh, come on, buddy. I've cleared every room. Might as well just move on. I got plenty of weapons now as well. I also forgot to exit Steam. Fix that. You see, no matter how far up I've gone, I'm still able to do decent damage. Just with this pistol. Alright, I guess I'll use one of my ammo packs on that thing. And the other on this. So I don't get to keep those, like they just go away. Oh, I forgot to mention, I have a new controller, which is why I'm not complaining about, like, my right bumper sticking. I forgot that that was a thing in my old videos. It's a USB Xbox 360 controller, because it's my favorite controller I've ever used. Second favorite is probably going to have to be the GameCube. Speaking of the GameCube, I wanted to record videos for Metroid Prime. Because I have all three, and I've played all three a bunch of times. I love that game series. Just Metroid in general, but Metroid Prime as well. And if I was going to record anything, it would be, you know, the Prime series. The trouble is, I don't have any recording software that allows me to record on my Wii, which would also let me use my GameCube stuff. Although I'd have to go out and buy a new memory card, because I lost my old one. As much as I'd like to do that, I can't, because any of the emulators that I've tried have this weird skipping with Metroid Prime, where I guess the GameCube didn't use an intermediary for its shaders. And so in order to get the shaders on that game, your computer essentially has to, like, go through and create a shader cache, and it creates really horrible skipping, and it can also create crashes on the game. And so I don't want to try to record a game that's going to crash. I've already tested it. It's just not going to work. I was going to replace Dark Souls with that, and I still don't really want to play Dark Souls for the channel. I mean, I want to, but I don't want to. I want to let that game sit for a while. Dark Souls 1. I've had a lot of good experiences on that game. And as great as it would be to have something that interesting to record, everybody and their mother has done it. And I'm starting to get reduced experience. I better move on. Oh, please give me your rifle. I really could use another one. Ah, figures. And now that we're in here, in heaven, there's not really a whole lot to say about environments and whatnot. Accelerator system, not something I need. Rengoku 2 really did step up the way that the game was designed visually. The trouble is that what that ended up doing I guess, is taking development time away from the story itself. Because the story is not well written at all for Rengoku 2. It's very convoluted. It doesn't make any sense with the first game. It's almost like this game was intended to be a reboot. Do I have to unlock? There we go. Almost as if it was intended to be a reboot. It's really not that good. If you've come from my other videos, then you know what I mean. Especially if you've played or seen Rengoku 1 as well. It's just a very strange story. Yeah, there we go. Back up to 1.2. I don't have anything else for my chest, so I probably should not exhaust that. I also don't have another rifle, so I don't want to exhaust the rifle. But I do have an auto crossbow for that, so. I have 3 auto crossbows. Okay, then. So nice to have a responsive controller again. Actually, this controller even has rumble, which I didn't experience for months, and I forgot existed. And then I got the new controller, and my controller vibrated while I was playing Dark Souls 2 Skull of the First Sin, and it kind of freaked me out for a second. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Oh, right, vibration, that's the thing. The question is, which homing missile? And do you give bullet EXP? You do give bullet EXP, but it is terrible bullet EXP. That is another rifle. That's interesting. Okay, so as far as I remember, yep, running low on ammo for that. Running low on ammo for that. Not running low on the new rifle. And I have the new auto crossbow on my head, so all's actually going pretty well. I need to find an energy restore or another weapon for my chest. Because otherwise I'm going to end up wasting one of my energy packs on this thing. I don't want to do that. Are you... Whoa. Okay. Not complaining. There's that energy restore I need too. Once again, if you've seen my Rengoku 1 videos, you might recognize the name of this weapon. This is actually one of my old favorites. It's been modified in Rengoku 2, so it fires a bit differently. But it still has less travel time. It's better than the SMG. I'm not sure if it's better than the SMG in terms of damage, actually. Oh, I have 2 of them now. Yeah, let's see. Physical attack is 97. Physical attack is 110. Do they both have the same ammo? They do not. So, alright, I'm going to stick with the SMGs for now. I'll use the auto bowgun for interrupts, like what he's doing. Except I can't interrupt an auto bowgun because it fires and it's done. Shotgun would be nice, but not exactly a necessity either. What would really be nice is a Gatling cannon on my chest. I don't think we've run into any Gatling cannons yet, though, so I will contain my mild hype. I'm really getting reduced EXP. I have to go into the start menu and look at my stats. So they've gone up high enough that I'm starting to gain reduced EXP. That's good news. I mean, it's good news and it's bad news, but... Okay, yeah, I'm starting to get close to a 2x multiplier. That's very good news. Do you have a connection to? You don't. Alright. Yeah, see, so we're on floor 6, and there's no like server room or whatever. So it is random. You're really just gonna stand there? Oh, there we go. Got a little bit of fight in you, I guess. Oh yeah, no, I'm using the SMG now. I don't particularly care if you've got shields or not. And there's also an energy restore right here. These things are essentially EXP drops. They're a lot more common in H.E.A.V.E.N than anywhere else. Because you need them a lot more than anywhere else. Oh, I want one. Gimme. No, really, I'm serious. I want one. Gimme. God dang it. He's using a railgun. Or a mat cannon, essentially. I better change off of these. Somebody else has that 7.62 right there. Ow. And they're perfectly happy doing tons and tons of damage to me. They're also perfectly happy not giving me that weapon. So for those of you just coming in, if you haven't figured it out yet, this is emulation. I do have both of these games on the PSP. I actually would like to buy them just on the PlayStation Network myself as well, which I should probably do pretty soon, just in case they've been removed or they're going to be removed or something, because I want to make sure that I've always got a copy of these games, like, for as long as PlayStation Network exists, I guess, or as long as they keep it up for download. Rengoku 1 and 2, it's one of my favorite series of games of all time. It's had a very big influence on me and on the way that I think, to the point where I actually have an entire book idea that was inspired by Rengoku in general. It's a very simple game. Not a whole lot to it, really. And apparently I've already been everywhere. Alright, so we'll move on. Well, I'll get back my ammo and then we'll move on. The game, Rengoku, really wasn't all that critically acclaimed, but it has become somewhat of a cult classic, just in general. I wanted to buy... I didn't want to buy a copy. I've already got, like, 2. The problem with my Rengoku 2 is that it came in the, like, GameStop case, so I've actually never had the official case for Rengoku 2, which kind of bothers me, and I was looking for one, and I couldn't find a copy of it anywhere. The only place I didn't check was, like, online, eBay and Amazon, but I was looking for a physical copy somewhere nearby, and it was nowhere. I was talking to one of my friends about it, and he lives in Indiana, in Arlington Heights, and he said the same, that there wasn't any copies anywhere near him. And I might see my first death here, apparently. These guys have howitzers and whatnot. Beam cannons. There we go. So let's see. I'm actually going to try to keep these full now, except for my chest, because if I run into a Gatling cannon, I want it to go on my chest. And the only way to control that is to make sure that it doesn't have the option to go anywhere else. What that means, though, is managing the ammo that I already have. Yeah, look at that. I just got 2 points of EXP for using Quantum this high up. That's probably supposed to be a hint that I should be using weapons like that more often. Ow! That is a pile bunker. Oh yeah, you know, I forget. Is there... No, there is not. I can either use the D-pad. Yeah, in Rengoku 1, there was a way to center the camera around your opponent. Did I reach that ×2 yet? I didn't. Yeah, they're making it difficult on me to reach that ×2. The game knows. It knows I want it. I was about to say I'm gunning for that ×2 bullet multiplier really hard, and then I realized it would be a horrible pun. I don't know why I then said it, but ow, that is a railgun, or mat cannon. That thing that I want. Frickin'. Ah. I'm actually running low on ammo for this rifle, so I'll probably just stick to the auto crossbow for now. Yeah, these things are starting to really drop off in damage. Yeah, there we go. You see that? That means that that's a weapon that can only go into one of these other slots. So let's see. We'll get rid of this now. It's probably going to be far too weak to do anything. There we go. See, Arbalest. There we go. So I can also get rid of this auto crossbow, and now I have an upgraded auto crossbow on my arm. Don't know how much better it's going to be, but we're about to find out. A lot better, okay. Good to know. Also has a lot more ammo from what it looks like, which I suppose is compensation for it taking up 2 slots. So we got some steady, somewhat steady progress. Almost to the first boss of 3. This video is probably not going to take as long as I thought it would. Ah, I did not mean to pick that up. Hey, thanks for stealing my EXP. I really appreciate it. Not. What is up with this? Yeah, look at this. Why so complicated? You know, now I'm curious if this is going to go the way I think it is. You see, look at that. I can get right up in their face and hit with all 3 shots and it barely does anything. I get up in their face with this thing, and as soon as you put your shield down, bam. So Arbalest is definitely worth it for now. This isn't even a locked room. So that means that there's probably going to be either the elevator... Oh, you're funny. Yeah, I've got to find better weapons soon. Give that to me. God dang it. It's a bullet type weapon. It's a very powerful single shot bullet type weapon. Aha, called it. Ah, it's blocked too. Whatever. Clear it. Move on. That's another Arbalest. I'd like to have that. And because I'd like to have it, I'm not going to get it. One more floor. We'll hit our first boss. That's a something. Alright, let's see. What are... Ah, there we go. It's another cooler. Yeah, I'll keep the shield up for now. Oh, I need to fill up those slots again anyway, so I guess I'll keep that. The Arbalest is very powerful. It's just... I only have the one. It's got limited ammo. I only have 5 shots left with it because it shoots 3 bolts every time. Much like this thing. On my head. I only have 10 shots with it. It's enough to do the job, it's just not enough to be sustainable. What I need is sustainability. Which I suppose would mean that I don't want, ow, that railgun. But god, it's so powerful. It'd be really useful to have. Oh, look at that. Music to my ears. Oh, that's a, what is that, Demon Edge? Or I guess it's not what it's called in the initial phase. It's one of the claw weapons. And so we're just gonna make one big circle. There might be a terminal here. Terminal would be nice before the boss. Although I'll be perfectly honest, if I do end up dying, I might just cut the video and move on to the next, either the next boss challenge or the next boss after the current one, just to cut down on the time. I realize this game isn't all that interesting to watch, and I don't have really the personality for YouTube. So, once again, an excellent find. Come on, terminal. There's gotta be a terminal attached to this. No? Okay. I could use save states, but I'm not going to. Oh. Don't shoot me in the back. Okay. Oh, okay, I guess I didn't need a terminal on that floor because there's one in this floor. Oh yeah, I think I forgot to mention something else. I changed my color from the end of the playthrough of the story, which you can do, because the original color is like this, and that's the same model from Rengoku 1. And so I changed to this like silverish type character. And when we finish Heaven, I'll probably change my color over to gold and leave it at that. Yeah, we don't get any dialogue here, sadly, but that is Mars from Rengoku 1. In his exact same arena, his exact same weapons, exact same boss theme, everything. I think he's even going to drop me his, pistol. He's a lot more resilient than I remember, though. And obviously he has the, fighting abilities from this game, such as the ability to combo, the ability to do critical hits with that dashing sword of his, and that back fist, which he does not have in the first game because it doesn't exist. Alright, I can recover my ammo after this, so I'm just gonna go nuts. Looks like I'm gonna have to. Shadow Light? Isn't that a late game weapon? What the heck? Oh, maybe not. I'll tell you right now, we're gonna go test this out on somebody. Another thing that kind of bothers me is that you can't actually change over weapons from one arm to another. But here we go. Second set of floors. Change in music, change in atmosphere. Just as if we were playing Rengoku 1. You know, for the fact that I haven't used slashing weapons this entire time in here, that's actually doing some pretty decent damage. So that's pretty interesting. I'll keep it around, but I'm not really going to use it. Yeah, wow, look at this. This damage is pathetic now. That is a plasma cutter, or a plasma sword. So I suppose the positive side to using Shadow Light is that it can actually cut through the defense of the enemies up here. Because my other weapons had too low of damage in order to do that. And it actually is based on base damage, not based on anything else. Which is part of a problem for me. I need to find new weapons now. I said it before, but now it's actually a serious problem. There's nobody in this room. That's, unexpected. Oh, I see you were waiting for me to get close. Hellfire. Yeah, that's not from Rengoku 1. The grenades are. Okay. Floating mines. Not really gonna help you in a room this big. Hello. Well, I was going to say I should probably find the elevator, and then I walked out. I don't feel like I should move on, though. I have to find some better armaments. Not that this guy's gonna give me any good armaments. He's got a sword and shield and axe on his head and homing missiles on his chest. What have you got? Grenades, flamethrower, and yeah. Not interested. I will take your elixir skin, however. I thought that dropped something. Alright, let's see what we got. Well, a mirror shield for one. They both had mirror shields? That one apparently had samurai drive as well. 30, 20 as opposed to 20. Oh, look at that. New shield. Still not enough room for whatever that is. Ah. Isn't that the one that... Yeah, it is the one that's equipped on either arm. It's another close range weapon. See how much damage it does, I guess. Alright, alright. I don't know what that is. But I'm also not too certain that I, okay. It's another EM drill. Would be nice if I was running a melee type, but I'm not. I realize I say that with 2 melee weapons on either arm, but the point that I'm making is that I'm not going to actually use the other EM drill. That's why I didn't sacrifice gun weapons on my arms. Ooh! I need that. Yes! Oh, 360 ammo, bullet type weapon, high damage. Low heat gain, what the heck? Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Don't need that anymore, so let's see what this is. Anti-laser shield. Yeah, a mirror shield. Might come in handy for a boss fight. Well. Once again, people who've watched my Rengoku 1 playthrough or have played Rengoku 1 themselves will recognize this weapon as the counterpart, or what used to be the counterpart, to this gun. Both of them used to shoot in a horizontal arc like this does. The difference was that one of them did less damage and I believe shot less bullets and had a different color trail when the bullets actually fired, and the other did more damage, shot more bullets, and had a different color trail. This gun still shoots in a horizontal arc on my chest here. It still shoots in a horizontal arc. The difference is that it doesn't shoot continuously in a horizontal arc, or it'll shoot like 13 bullets all in one go in a horizontal arc, and then reset the arc and shoot another 13 bullets. This thing just sprays bullets all over the place. And it does tons of damage. It also has a really high ammo count, but I'm using it up like crazy. Oh, it doesn't have low heat gain. I'm using the cooler. I didn't even realize I was doing that. Well, for now, we're gonna have to switch off. Which means back to really, really horrible damage. I could find another one of those. I would be so happy. Come on now. Oh, man. Whoa there. Are we still recording? Yeah, that was a huge freeze up. Well, I've got the overdrive. I need to make use of it. Oh, we got something here. I want your rocket launcher. 40 physical. Oh, I'm gonna sacrifice that. Ah, haha, darn. There's nothing else I want to give up, really. So if this doesn't go onto my arm... Nope. Nope. That was a total recovery right there. Plasma sword. No thanks. I'll remove the fractal shield. Because really the shields are only active when you actually... When you actually hold them up. Ah, macro needle gun. Is that what that is? If that's what that is... I want to chance it. I'm gonna chance it. 2 macro needle guns is too good to pass up. It's not. Oh my god, what is that? Another cooler. No! Dang it. Wish it would tell you. Alright. Well, that was my mistake. It's not entirely that big of a deal, but I did sacrifice weapons that I could have been using there. Look at that. Look at that. Tell me if that ain't impressive. Oh, I'm so happy for new weapons. My damage isn't terrible anymore. Oh, hi. Now look at that. I completely fill up the overkill meter with this thing as well. It's so powerful. It's not even fair. This is part of the reason why I didn't run a bullet type character for the main story, because number one, I already did it in Rengoku 1, but then in Rengoku 2 as well. It's just so powerful. You don't have anything I want. Empty hallway. Not an empty hallway. What do you have? Is that another macro needle gun? I think that's another macro needle gun. Nah, that's a shield. That's a movable shield. Not interested. How about you? Plasma cutter, stabilizer. Nah, you got nothing. Later. Let's have a look around first. Aw, come on now. Didn't I just sacrifice that a little earlier? Oh, it's on my right arm. Meleeing a guy with a macro needle gun. Probably not the brightest idea. It's practically a shotgun. Let's be real here. Shoots a tight spread, a lot of bullets, really fast. Definitely gonna save this. I got some good stuff going for me here. Now, if only I could get 2 more of those 7.62s. Well, 1 more, really. I would just like to have 2 of them, 1 for each arm. I'd be happy. Like, I wouldn't even want the Gatling cannon at that point. I've already got the, what is that, 15.7? Yeah, I got the 15.7 on my chest. Like, that's just as good as a Gatling cannon, if not better. You can take your charging drill attack and go screw yourself. I don't need 2 coolers. Alright, both arms are filled up again, so I'm looking for stuff on my chest. I gotta pay attention to what weapons these people have and try to pick them up as they drop. Because if I can do that, then I can avoid situations like last time where I was like, what is this? What is this? Dropping a ton of weapons and not getting anything I needed. Yeah, like this guy doesn't have anything I want, except maybe the ammo pack, but my legs are already clear enough for that. Yeah, so I know that I don't have to waste my time dropping stuff to try to pick that up. There's a total cover right there. Oh yeah, we're doing very well all of a sudden. Alright, this ought to loop us back around. There are 3 enemies in here. Gotta watch that ammo count. No, I don't. Alright then, I guess we're done with this floor. I'll save it one more time real quick. I'm not effective any new weapons, but I have gained stats and I have earned elixir skin. Yeah, they won't even let you choose what stats to upgrade here at the terminal. You really don't have a choice. Also, like, I was just looking at it, how small this save file is. 43 kilobytes. It's essentially just a bunch of numerical values. And the game can just interpret that and create your character right out of that. Like, there's so many things about the Rengoku series, aside from the storytelling of Rengoku 2. I always need to add in that exception. But there's so many things just in game design about the Rengoku series that I find amazing. And amazing not in that they're, like, you know, innovative or anything like that, but just all they had to do was not make the game crap. And they did that. It's like that whole thing where, like, you know, you had one job. Don't make your game crap. And still, so many developers just seem perfectly fine with releasing games that are like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. I'm pretty sure that does bullet type damage. Also pretty sure I'm not entirely interested in it. But I'm gonna use it anyway. Try it out on somebody. Behold the perfect room for it, too. This is better used at long range. Really good impact damage. Not a whole lot of bullet damage to it. I'll just use it up and move on. And by use it up and move on, I mean suddenly change over to my other weapon and decimate that guy. Nothing useful in here. Haven't run into the elevator yet. I feel really bad for anybody who doesn't have a shield at this point. Shields are really the only thing that are going to keep people alive facing me with this weapon for more than 5 seconds. Or, you know, knocking me against the wall. That works too. It's funny, this is, like, it's an automatic gun that I'm using. The 15-7 is an automatic gun. It's got 360 bullets. You know, you would think that something that has a really high rate of fire, that does that much damage, would not be as sustainable as it is. And yet, it's one of the most sustainable weapons in the game. Especially if you use it correctly, which is medium range. Close range, you open yourself up to crap like that. The macro needle gun is supposed to be my close range weapon. I'm just so used to just mowing people down with that. Like, look at that. That was one shot of the macro needle gun. And it's, like, just filled up the whole rest of the overkill meter. I have some really powerful weapons on me now. And I'm set up in such a way already that, okay. Speaking of having really powerful weapons, let's put them to use and not die here. And I just got a backup of the weapon. Well, what that tells me is to start just clearing maps, only worry about clearing the locked rooms, move on with my life. I'm okay with having the SMG. I'm okay with still having this outdated rifle, because that allows me to just open containers, or use them for interrupts, and not really use them for damage. I'm okay with the events that are transpiring. Besides, that'll allow me to pick up the pace here, and that's something that we definitely want. Because we've already been in here for an hour. And I'm sorry, but these are not going to be edited that much, if at all. Like, I don't do montages, really. Again, not really a pro. Speaking of that, backup. I'm going to stick around on this floor long enough to find an energy restore. And maybe get this guy's rifle, if he'll hand it over. Nope. That is an energy restore. That is 2 energy restores. Alright, what do we got? Floating mines, no thanks. Tractor chain, no thanks. I basically got what I came for. I am not too worried about dying anymore anyway, so... Like I said, I'm gonna try to pick up the pace here. Considerably. New weapons will drop after the next boss, so... That is an arbalist. That is a total recovery. Yeah, I don't need 2 sublimeter coolers. So if that's a repair system... That's a chest weapon. For some reason, it's only a chest weapon, which means it's out of luck, because it's going to stay right there. If it was a Gatling cannon, it would have already affixed to my right arm. So I'm perfectly happy just leaving it right where it is. That's interesting. Alright, let's see what we got. We have howitzers, yet again. Something I would like to have, not something I'm probably going to get. That requires 3 spaces on 1 arm. What the heck? I would like your howitzer. I don't want any of your crap. Still gonna shoot you to paste, though. And take the opportunity to save here. Gotta find that elevator. Speaking of, if I remember correctly, the drops that I leave behind are actually going to stay here as well, so I don't want to pick up that total recovery, because I might need it if I die and have to come back. Thought that was an energy recover. I figured I've been using a bunch of bullets from my SMG, might as well. Because I don't want to lose the SMG. Yeah, look at this. The layout. Look at that. That damage is pathetic. And then I do this. Or this. Alright. Well, now we're gonna have to start checking the rooms, so... They're all locked, and they're all the same size. That still does decent damage for me. I guess that's not a bad thing. That's gonna be a waste, though. Oops, wrong one. Yep. All gonna be the same size. They're all locked. Echo Run Claw. If I was running a melee, I might be happy about that. At this point, it's just a whole lot of fighting. Oh, look at you. And I need a weapon that has no guard on it. Hellfire, also a no. Fractal Shield. No. Alright, here we go, here we go. Ah! I can't just go straight ahead. Dang it. Yeah, it did give me one free room. That's okay. I would definitely rather have the railgun on my head. Number one, it looks cool. And number two, I would rather have my rolling attack style stuff on my head. The only time I want two single-shot weapons on my arms is if I'm using the mat cannons, because there we go, there it is. Figures in one of the last rooms I check. .452. That is a second tower gun right there. Also has 60 shots, so it's going to be used for opening containers, so that just filled the role of my SMG. Look at that. Much better. My SMG wasn't doing anything before. It does burn through ammo, though. And luckily it shoots at hip level, so it will break dual stacks. Okay, you can stop that. I was waiting for you to fire, but if you're not going to fire... Gotta find that elevator. I don't even think that showed that that was locked. Cut that out. Wait, have I reached my 2x multiplier yet? I have. Long since. Oh, it's gonna be one of those. This is gonna take forever to clear. Holy crap, how much defense do you have? Huh, needle shower. Look at that. Okay, looks like this is the northern limit. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm not doing a whole lot of damage. And I'm also earning Tower 2 weapons, so that tells me that they upped the ante all of a sudden, and nobody thought to tell me. It's not that big of an issue, but it's an issue. Cooler's about to run out too. Yeah, I haven't been able to find any ammo recovery. God dang it, tried to stop him. You serious right now? I'm running really low on ammo. Things are about to start getting really interesting. If all else fails, I am going to scrap everything I've got and start using my hands. Because that's a thing you can do. Check this in-between room. Oh, come on, cut me some slack here. I don't even have enough for a full shot of that left. Oh my god. That was a lot closer of a call than I really would have liked. And still no elevator. I'm gonna hang on to that for now. This guy has a laser hammer. I want it. And he didn't drop anything. Go figure. Oh, wait, that guy will drop a rocket launcher. That thing that I'm not going to use. Ow. I can do that too. Well, come on already. I do not appreciate this. Boy, that floor was fun. Not. Well, I mean it was. It's just, it's taking forever and I'm trying not to have things take forever. Like, I want to pick up the pace. So the video's over an hour long already. Actually, it's about an hour and a half long now. Alright, what are you? You are either a 3 slot, or you're something for my legs. I will take that. I will take that happily. Not quite sure what I was expecting out of that room, but it wasn't just a free EXP drop. How much ammo do I have left? About half. An M-Con. Aw, but it does like no damage. Dang it. Of course. There's nothing really in here that's useful to me. I'm gonna stick to the south end for now, so I can do the borders. I gotta start clearing these like they're actual floors, because they're large enough to be actual floors. That is a full burst, or at least a 3 burst. He has a howitzer too. Yeah, he needs to die. Yeah, it was a 3 burst. This 7.62 is honestly not helping me. Even the 15.7's dropped off. Not good. Alright, here we go. This is out of order. Because this is definitely not Lycan. This has got to be, what is it, Brarios? Pretty sure his name was Brarios. Why am I fighting Brarios? Ow. Better question, why does Brarios have a railgun? Oh, because the dragon mortar doesn't exist in this game. That's probably why. Ow. Ow, okay. Look at that. Some of his attacks have no defense on them, so I can't even guard them properly. I need something else. That'll help. Okay, so I'm gonna need to abuse my needle shower on this guy and get him close. I need to start using interrupts. He's got weapons that fire slowly, but pack a lot of a punch. And the bosses in this game are actually able to lock onto you through the wall. Yeah, don't think I forgot about that strategy. I might be rusty, but I know what I'm doing. Oh, they woke 360. I didn't really use them, did I? Now this thing... Is that what had... Yeah, blow away. Guard break. That's right. Using that shield was practically useless. Yeah. I'm surprised I had to fight him. I thought they were in order. Or they might be in order where it's like Heaven A, Boss 1, Heaven B, Boss 2, Heaven C, Boss 3, and then Floor 2 is Boss 4, 5, and 6, and Floor 3 is 5, 6, and 7. It's again a boss weapon that does decent damage, but because I'm not building my character type for the damage type that it's using, it's not going to be all that helpful. Come on, you had a bullet type. That was an updated 7.62. Why couldn't you give that to me? Oh, look at you. I would really like to have that. Needle shower. I'm not gonna complain. And that's why I'm not going to complain. Needle shower is one of the Tower 2 weapons that I've been able to pick up. So it is doing good damage all the way through. Ooh. What is that? Probably something for my legs. I'm not willing to give up the stuff on my legs right now. Nah, this is Griffith's shield, or at least a lower version of it. Sorry for the lack of commentary, really, but at this point, there's not a whole lot more to say. It's challenge mode. I've critiqued the game enough as it is. That thing just pierced through. Oh, hi. Another Guardian shield. I've critiqued the game enough just playing through it. I highly doubt I need to say much more about the way that it functions and whatnot. And as I've said before, I recognize that this is mostly just a personal favorite of mine. And I know that there's, in terms of critical value, the game got really low scores. Okay, if you could let me move before that guy blows me to pieces. That would be really great. Jeez. I'm gonna end up having to cut the video. How about this? It's already been this long. The next part you see is going to be the final boss. I'll cut after this particular run. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next boss. Alright everybody, I'm back. I'm on floor 33, I'm at the boss. Brothers in Arms is playing. I can only imagine who's in here. I did run into a Gatling cannon at last. I also ran into weapons like these. And I want to actually point this out because I don't think we ever ran into that before when I was playing through the tower. But have a look at this. It's a pile bunker, just like normal. But if you look at the very bottom of the description, first attack stuns enemy, second attack drains energy from their equipment. And if you look over on the bottom right where the skills are, it has breakdown. This is a breakdown attack. It literally means that if somebody hits you with that second attack from the pile bunker, they will drain energy from one and or several of your slots of weapons. In H.E.A.V.E.N, that means they automatically unequip those weapons. I lost quite a bit of equipment on the way, and I did die several times. But, again, to save on time, I cut the video. I did keep my old 15-7, even though I ran into an AG-9 platoon, because that's what I was using to break open boxes, and then I kept the 3 slots open in case I ever got like a howitzer or something, which never happened. I do have a repair system and whatnot, and I have a jammer head. So we're just going to run in here, use the jammer head, and see if we can't destroy whoever this is. This is Stadius. Yeah, the bosses are all out of order. That does decent damage, I guess. Let's refresh this. That's does decent damage as well, but it's going to do better at medium range, and he's got that M-Con. Sorry, buddy. Not in the mood to lose. I appreciate that you have a chainsaw and a heavy stun gun. I'm steering clear of you. Alright. What could that possibly be? Must be something from my legs. As far as I remember, I'm done, so I'm gonna make the dumb mistake of trying to figure out what this is. I can't pick this up. Pardon me? I was looking for that for ages. I thought that dropped in Heaven's Sea. I'm a tad bit speechless. I also think that I keep everything that I end this with. Okay. I'm gonna wait to show this off. I'm not gonna wait till the next video. That's kind of messed up. I am going to show this off. Give me a second. I'm gonna save first. Okay, I don't have the proper equipment to show this off, because when I use this, it's only got one use. It's going to automatically unequip. As a matter of fact, I can't use it here because it's... Hang on, I do have to leave. I can't use it in H.E.A.V.E.N. I will... Like, if I tested it, I would have automatically lost it. Look at that. That's all the stats that I would have gained. And so my bullet is actually now on par with my impact. So that's very nice. And they refund all of your elixir skin for doing that back into your inventory. So all the elixir skin that I gained and all the stats that I earned are now mine to use here, which is very useful. I'm actually going to get back to trying to max out my heat, because this is a persistent character. Alright, that'll do that. Now, did I get to keep it? I did. Oh boy. Oh man, that's not fair. There's a long list of things in this game that are fair. This weapon that is currently on my head is not one of them. I guess I will grab the new M-Con and Invader Q. Okay. Now I have the proper equipment to show this stuff off. Actually, there we go. Or, no, wait a minute. What am I doing? Get out of here. There we go. Okay. Now, the reason why I couldn't use this up in Heaven A is because it's only got the one shot. If I'd have used it up there, it would have automatically unequipped and I would have lost it forever. I'm really glad I realized that before I tried to show it off to you guys. But check this out. So, it's out of ammo now, right? I was automatically able to cool myself off, which means I can now use my jammer head freely, and I'm in a state of overdrive, which means that no matter what I do, everything will combo together infinitely, and I don't lose any ammo, I don't take any damage, so on and so forth, right? So you'd think, wait, 1 ammo? That means that your headpiece is going to be useless until you can upgrade it. Well, you're wrong, and here's why. Still has 1 shot, I lost 1 pack from my energy, and then I can just switch over, instantly cool it down, switch back, and now I can use it again once the state ends. So as long as you've got energy packs, ammo packs, it's got infinite uses. I thought that dropped up in Heaven C. I spent a very, very long time. As a matter of fact, let's go over here and have a look at my files, because my you know, a couple of months ago when I was still trying to get set up for this game, I spent a lot of time trying to get it, and I was farming in Heaven C on floor 98 and 97, where I thought, like, oh, okay, it's a random drop, all I have to do is not clear this last room, and just keep going back and saving, and coming back and clearing this room, and going back and saving, and, like, just leaving 1 enemy alive, and I thought it was a random drop, and I just couldn't get my hands on it. And now here I am, I completed Heaven A, and they just gave it to me. So the next video is going to be Heaven B. That's not going to take all that long. I might actually be able to leave that completely uncut, because in Heaven B, you get to keep all of your weapons and everything, you just don't get to keep all of your stats. So all I gotta do is get up enough elixir skin to give myself enough slots to equip all of my weapons properly, which realistically is 2 on my arms, 2 on my chest, 5 on my head, and then probably the 5 on my legs. If not 3 to start off with, and then 5 so that I can equip the repair system. But as soon as I'm able to equip the overdrive head, you'll see very quickly just how overpowered this is. But I'm going to save that for another video. I'm going to run over here and save. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. It shouldn't take me that long to pump that out. I might be able to record that today after my mother gets home. I don't know. Like, again, I want to control for noise. I don't want to make things too annoying to listen to. The videos are already going to be long. I don't want them to be long and annoying. So, anyway, I will see you guys in the next part. Hope you're enjoying Heaven so far if you watched.